Action sports, adventure sports, or extreme sports are activities perceived as involving a high degree of risk. These activities often involve speed, height, a high level of physical exertion, and highly specialized gear. There are some dangerous sports, but there are dangerous sport arenas too. From rooftop Dubai tennis to the Daytona International Speedway, we will show you 10 most dangerous sport arenas in the world. 10. Rooftop Dubai tennis. On February 22, 2005, the Burj Al Arab hosted Andre Agassi and Roger Federer to play a match on their helipad tennis court before heading to the $1 million Dubai Duty-Free Men's Open, which was the first round of the 2-week Dubai Tennis Championships. The hotel's helipad is situated 211 meters high and covers a surface area of 415 square meters. A video shows the pair on their way up to the tennis court and then cautiously looking over the edges before playing around. Although the court was plenty big enough to play at their fullest, it must have been scary to run too fast or hit too hard for fear of getting close to the edge. There is a net around the pad, but still it's pretty far up there. 9. Daytona International Speedway. Daytona International Speedway is a racetrack in Daytona Beach, Florida, United States. Since opening in 1959, it has been the home of Daytona 500, the most prestigious race in NASCAR, as well as its season-opening event. In addition to NASCAR, the track also hosts races of ARCA, AMA Superbike, IMSA, SCCA, and motocross. The track features multiple layouts, including the primary 4,023 km high-speed trioval, a 5,729 km sports car course, a 4,748 km motorcycle course, and a 400 meters karting and motorcycle flat track. The track's 180-acre infield includes the 29-acre Lake Lloyd, which has hosted powerboat racing. The speedway is operated by NASCAR pursuant to a lease with the city of Daytona Beach on the property that runs until 2054. 8. Metrodome. For 31 seasons, the Minnesota Vikings played inside the Metrodome in downtown Minneapolis. The 2013 season marked the end of the Metrodome as a new stadium for the Vikings. US Bank Stadium was constructed on its site. Throughout the 1970s, the Vikings were one of the best teams in NFL and regularly sold out the 48,000-seat Metropolitan Stadium. On December 20, 1979, construction began on the multipurpose dome stadium. A dome multipurpose stadium was chosen because of the extreme cold and winter weather. Over 64,000 seats in two tiers circled the entire field when the Metrodome was in football configuration. When the Vikings shared the Metrodome with the Twins, it was one of the easiest stadiums to be converted from baseball to football. The entire process only took around 4 hours. 7. Banzai Pipeline. When it comes to surfing the best, the Banzai Pipeline is the ultimate destination for many surfers. This wave only allows the best of the best, which are usually those who have significant respect for the water. The reasoning for this? Banzai Pipe is also the most dangerous set of waves in the world. When winter rolls around, surfers come from around the world to try their hand at surfing this monster of a wave set. It's been well known for roughly 50 years and has had an equally prominent reputation. Waves such as this are referred to as heavy waves, and Banzai is by far the heaviest, with hundreds of surfers dead ready to take it on, each only allowed one wave per person. Banzai has a unique advantage in that its break waves happen over a reef. It happens in Oahu on the north shore, and the reef that follows the shoreline is extremely dangerous. It's full of sharp and jagged edges that run along shallow water. The cave-like nature of this reef is what gives Banzai Pipe its unique shape, the pipe shape that so many surfers travel there for. 6. Isle of Man TT Mountain Circuit. This year marked the 100th anniversary of the Isle of Man TT, an annual motorcycle super race that occurs for roughly 2 weeks in May to June. For many sport bike riders, the ultimate expression of their love for the sport can be found nowhere else but the Isle of Man TT. Often billed as the most dangerous motorsport event in the world, the Isle of Man TT is not without its controversy. Amateurs and pros risk their lives competing, flying down bumpy, uneven roads in excess speeds of 150 mph or more. Recently, a rookie rider died following a 3-vehicle crash, totaling of 2 fatalities in this year. 5. Most dangerous golf hole. Golf is challenging enough without worrying about what surrounds the course outside the boundaries, but one course in Panmunjom, South Korea makes playing golf a dangerous event. The course isn't 18 or even 9 holes of golf. It's a 192-yard, par 3, one-hole course next to one of the most heavily guarded borders in the world, the demilitarized zone between North and South Korea. The single hole is on Camp Boniface, the home of the United Nations Command Security Battalion. Camp Boniface is located 1,400 feet from the Korean DMZ, the zone set to enforce the Korean Armistice Agreement of 1953. It's operated by Korean and United States Armed Forces. The golf hole was dubbed the world's most dangerous golf course in a 1988 Sports Illustrated article for a few reasons. 4. Estadio Hernando Siles. The Estadio Hernando Siles, home of the Bolivian national team, is one of the highest professional football stadiums in the world, sitting at 3,637 meters above sea level. The stadium is infamous amongst their footballing opponents, with teams often complaining about the physical toll of playing in such conditions. Brazilian footballer Neymar posted this image to Instagram of the Brazilian team with supplementary oxygen prior to a match. Humans are best adapted to oxygen-abundant low-altitude environments similar to those in which we first evolved. As you go higher in altitude, the air pressure decreases, meaning you'll breathe in fewer oxygen particles per breath you take. Without the level of oxygen our body is used to, it can't produce as much energy, making us feel sick and lethargic. 3. Hillsborough Stadium. The Hillsborough disaster was a fatal human crash during a football match at Hillsborough Stadium in Sheffield, South Yorkshire, England, on April 15, 1989. It occurred during an FA Cup semi-final between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest in the two standing-only central pens in the Leppings Lane stand allocated to Liverpool supporters. Shortly before kickoff, an attempt to ease overcrowding outside the entrance turnstiles, the police match commander David Duckenfield ordered exit gate C to be opened, leading to an influx of supporters entering the pens. This resulted in overcrowding of those pens and a crash. With 97 deaths and 766 injuries, it has the highest death toll in British sporting history. 94 people died on the day, another person died in hospital days later, and another victim died in 1993. In July 2021, a coroner ruled that Andrew Devine, who died 32 years after suffering severe and irreversible brain damage on the day, was the 97th victim. The match was abandoned but was restaged at Old Trafford in Manchester on 7th May 1989, with Liverpool winning and going on to win the FA Cup. 2. Nürburgring Nordschleife. The Nürburgring. If you've spent any time reading about cars, you've probably heard the term. What is it? It's a merciless 13-mile track with terrifying twists, turns and dips, and arguably the most dangerous race course in the world. But it's become a sort of holy destination for drivers, professional and amateur, who make the pilgrimage to the small town of Nürburgring, Germany. Since its construction in 1927, the ring has tragically claimed the lives of just under 70 motorsport heroes. Legendary Formula One driver Jackie Stewart famously crowned the track the Green Hell, a nickname it holds to this day. 1. Veterans Stadium. Philadelphia sports fans have long been considered the most vile, cruel, and violent fans in the nation. For over 30 years, these fans have attended home games at Veterans Stadium, one of the worst facilities in the country. So it's all too fitting that the nation's worst stadium was imploded with the nation's worst fans still in it. The stadium was imploded at 7 a.m. on Sunday, March 21. It took 58 seconds to bring down. Fans were lured into the building by city officials who promised free beer and a lavish ceremony honoring 30 years of Philadelphia sports. There was no charge for entering, and Philly citizens lined up to attend. Little did the fans know they had thrown their last battery and swilled their last beer. As soon as the seats were filled, the button was pushed and Old Veterans Stadium collapsed in a cloud of dust and debris, taking approximately 65,000 of America's worst fans with it. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more interesting videos. Have a nice day!